Andrew Tate speaks a lot of facts. There's a lot of things I disagree with him. He speaks some facts. But I believe him and his delivery is terrible. Sheikh Albani said, the truth is hard for people. Don't make it harder with your bad manners. It's already hard. Don't make it hard with your bad manners, bro. So the thing is, Andrew Tate, his delivery was rubbish. The way he would refer to women, etc. Even, I'll be honest, if I was a woman and he was speaking facts, I'll tell him, I'm not taking anything you say. Everything you say, I'll throw in the wall. Well, come on, what kind of delivery is that, bro? You're referring to me as a HOE, and all, get the hell out of here. I'm not going to take nothing you say. So his delivery is rubbish. So as men, we need to, our speech delivery has to be very, very important, because women are emotional beings. Okay, I don't care if there's any feminists getting here. No, we're not. Yes, you are. There's studies that show it. You know, so the thing is here, if a husband says to his wife, I prefer just a cooked meal. If I can come home from work, a long out meal, I would like some respect. Like, and also the man is the head of the house. This is mentioned in the Bible. And we know in the Quran and the Sunnah, yes, the man is, there has to be one leader in the house. Simple as that. Now, me being a leader in my house doesn't undermine nothing. You know what, actually, my wife sometimes says to me, I like the fact that you say, you know what, today we're going to go and do this is plan the whole day. Now, if my wife comes and says, Ali, instead of going here, should we go here? I'll go, actually, no, yeah, let's go there. I'm not going to, well, shut up. How dare you say that? I'm the leader. How dare you? Let me get my stick and beat you. It's nonsense, bro. Come on. If a man conveys what he wants, some basic standard things, for you to then turn around and say, oh, if you expect that, then I'm going to go work. This is kind of rebellion, because what did he ask you? If he asked you in a polite manner, simple things that he likes, and now you're like, well, if that's the case, I'm going to work. Why do you need to mention that? Because he has no problem working. Okay. When a man comes and says, you know what? I've worked long hours and, you know, I've come home. There's no food. You know, I would have appreciated it. It's hard, but it's a part of my duty. I love doing it. It's just I appreciate, you know, because it's hard. I came from work and I just want a hot meal. You know, I think communication is very important. So if we look between the, you know, the lines, I think it's important. But if a woman insists on that, it's not going to work. All I know is that it's against the Sunnah. It's as simple as that. Feminism, RP, whatever you want to call it, whatever it may be, it's, look, that's not our worldview. And this is the issue that we are facing. We are taking our aql over the naql. Aql, our logic. When I say logic, obviously we need our logic. But what I'm saying is we are taking our thought process and what we think to be logical based on our moral compasses that are changing every 2 seconds. This is what Iblis fell into. If you understand how Iblis fell into, the story of Adam and Iblis is your key to success. Iblis said to Adam, I am better than him. Can you imagine? His Lord is there, and he is saying, I am better than him. And Allah, because you misguided me. Can you imagine he's saying to Allah, and you are wrong, you're telling me to do something like logically, I'm made out of fire, he's made out of clay. I'm better than him. So you now look at the crazy, well, how stupid you have to be, bro. Allah tells you to do something, but logically you're like, that doesn't go with my logic. You're telling me to bow down to something. I'm better than him. That's your mistake. He is ascribing a mistake to Allah. This is the issue that we have today. We think we know. I know this. That makes sense. Feminism, RP, this, that. No. Anytime you try to follow your man-made, woman-made laws, you are going to suffer. That's the reason why we have sisters, a pandemic of sisters, and brothers are traveling abroad to get married. Yeah? There's no traditional woman left there saying, and same with our system, I see it. Sisters who are reaching their 30s, career women, career ladies, yeah? Regretful, less chances of having a child, less chance of finding somebody. Their standards are dropping. And what was it? Career. A man doesn't care about a career. If my wife was a dustbin collector, and if I saw her, wallahi, I'll have no problem marrying her. I have no problem. I don't care career, bro. I don't care what she does. For a woman, and it goes back to what? They look at us, how they perceive us, they think we perceive them. They think, oh, let me go to career and this stuff. I don't care about your career. Actually, your career might jeopardize. There were studies that show a woman who has a career job, etc., high career job, tends to end relationships, like something along those lines, yeah? We don't care about your career. We don't care how much you earn. It means nothing to us. And you know what? If you do, it's going to actually jeopardize our marriage. So what does it go back to? What Allah told us. If we obey by that, we will be happy. If you don't and look for alternatives in feminism and RP, you are going to suffer. You're going to hit the wall. And when you hit that wall, just realize that Allah and His Messenger, what they said was true. We can help our wives. But the perception that we have today is as if the masculine man comes home and knocks the door. Bang, bang, bang. Where's my food? Bro, get out of here, man. This is not the attitude. This is not from the Sunnah. And we know the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he helped. He was a man involved in his house, bro. He would do certain things. So are we going to judge masculinity via the Sunnah? Or are we going to judge masculinity via Andrew Tate? Because if we're going to do that, we're going to look at Abdullah bin Masud, who was climbing a tree, and his legs were seen. And some of the companions laughed. He said, look how skinny his legs are. What did the Prophet ﷺ say? He said, if you knew in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his legs weigh more than Mount Uhud, or as much as Mount Uhud. So now, for a person who follows Andrew Tate, when he looks at Abdullah bin Masud, radiallahu anh, he's going to say, A'udhu billah, this man is not a real man. That's what they'll say. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So where do we measure it from? And I believe the Sunnah is the perfect combination of how a real man should be and what real masculinity is about. And when we look at the dynamics between the Prophet ﷺ and his wives, what kind of a man was he and what kind of a woman was the Prophet's wives? Very important. Now, if I come home and my wife says there's no food, I'm not going to be like, what? Do you get what I'm trying to say? We need to look at the dynamics of it firstly. Because now, if I'm coming home to a rebellious woman and a woman who's rebellious, and I'm coming home and she doesn't care that I like about me being fed. She does not care. I'm going out to provide and work. The least I would expect is that some kind of food is there. Now, when the Prophet ﷺ comes back and Aisha says that, she knows who Aisha is. She knows his wife. She knows that when she says there's no food, it's not of maliciousness. It's not because of something else. It's because when you know, Akilo, we are friends and we have partners. When our partner comes, like if I come home and my wife says there's no food, I know my wife. I know, may Allah bless her, what kind of an amazing woman she is to me. I know she's not saying no food for you. She's basically saying, and if she says there is no food, what would I assume? I know my wife. You know what? Must be a tiring day. Number 2, maybe she forgot. Number 3, maybe she overslept. I give those good assumptions. Why? Because of who she is. Now, if you are married to somebody and you know what kind of a person she is, and she's a kind of rebellious, toxic person, let's say, argument's sake, yeah? When she says no food, you know what that means. And you know your response is not going to be that, okay, no problem. So I think when you mention that, it's very important and key. The relationship dynamics are very important because the Prophet knows how Aisha is. So that's why the response is like that. Do you get what I'm trying to say?